Describe what went on Kyrie during that 35-4 run you guys had there in the second quarter.
Bit of luck that they weren't making shots. But outside of that, I felt like we were making them play in the half court a little bit more than they anticipated. It's a great one-on-one individual team. I think they know that in that locker room. So we wanted to make it an emphasis tonight that they had to play through each other. And they're a new group, so we just wanted to take advantage of some of their mistakes in transition and make the game easier on ourselves and get out in transition and not necessarily call a bunch of plays, but just be in the right positions out there offensively to take advantage of their defensive mistakes.
Did you guys take it personally when Coach Kidd called you guys soft after the last game?
I mean, I think that's the beautiful nature of this game and being able to respond the way we did tonight. That's what it's about, is when it's not so much of a personal challenge, it's a team challenge, and we know we have to individually be ready to play our roles, but it's all a team game, and collectively we just knew in our hearts we had to be better. And I think we proved that tonight just in 48 minutes that we were allowed to play out there.
Is that the best offensive performance, or maybe even like the most connected in terms of passing and just the way that you guys flowed out there?
I mean, we made shots, so it looked a little better than other games, but I felt like for the majority of our games this season, we've been moving the ball well and trusting each other, and a few of my shots went down today that were timely, and felt good to just have that rhythm stay the same throughout the rest of the game as we started in the first quarter. We were down by 3, and then after that we went on a crazy run, so yeah.
Is it difficult to not view results through the ebb and flow of shot making, something that, you just said there is a randomness to it?
Yeah.
Is it like
sport of basketball, man?
Yeah. What's the challenge of not getting too high with the big win and not getting too low with the big loss?
I mean, and just being realistic with where we are in the season, still early. It's nothing to truly slap ourselves on the back about or celebrate right now. We just got to be mature about it. We have a stretch coming up that's going to be somewhat difficult just mentally, and we know that we have to do the little things that we didn't do the other night against Toronto in order to make sure that this trip goes well. So we don't want to harp on the past, but we know we have to still continue to get better. So I think that's the beauty of this, is just knowing what we have in front of us. It's a challenge, and just going with what we know, and that's playing hard and being able to follow the game plan, and be mature about how we go about walking through and going through team concepts, and just talking through those things that could potentially come up in the game.
In any way do you guys going into the game, do you think about the in-season tournament, because you can't get to Vegas with 2 losses?
Yeah, no, I mean, you have no choice. To be honest with you, this is probably my lack of awareness showing right now, but even that shooting around, I didn't even know it was an in-season game, or in-season tournament game, just because I was so used to seeing the court be split in 3. Yeah. And kind of the excitement, I mean, it was just, I didn't feel it this rising, but coming into game time tonight, it did feel like an in-season tournament game, and it meant something, and you can tell that the Clippers knew what was at stake. We knew what was at stake. It just felt good to get this win and put ourselves in better position to go to Houston, or when Houston comes here, and then also when we play New Orleans. So I'm excited about those challenges, and I think that's probably what the NBA wants, is just us to be locked into what that tournament means for us personally and as a team, and then going out and executing.
Luka is scoring just under 3 times as many catch-and-shoot points per game this season compared to last season, and he mentioned that's an area he focused on in the offseason. What have you seen from him in that area so far?
I mean, he's just seamlessly playing that role, just being able to catch and shoot, stop in transition. The pace is amazing when we can flatten the defense, and then he's trailing the play. He doesn't have to move as fast, and he just comes in right in rhythm, or I'm coming right in rhythm, and the ball finds the open shooter most possessions. So we just want to continue that flow. And when Luka's doing that transition, I mean, we're tough to beat. When he gets those threes with 16 on the shot clock, 17 on the shot clock, and it's a great possession because the defense is flattened, and we've done everything possible to be in the best positions. We've run to the corners, our bigs are running to the rim, we're playing with that pace, and then Luka comes in and just does his step back or gets to an open area on the court, and then makes it easier for us. So it's good to see him, appreciate that work that he put in the summer in order to translate to now.
We've heard Jay Kidd and you guys talk since camp open, play fast, play fast, play fast. How are you guys going about making sure that happens? Like, what's the key to playing with the kind of pace you want to?
We pushed ourselves in training camp. I mean, we had a heck of a training camp, and we have practice tomorrow. So,
Huh? You love practice.
I love practice. Come on now, man. I need it. That's what makes people great. And seeing our hard work translate into wins early in the season, it goes to show you once you trust your head coach and your coaching staff, and some of those days where you don't want to come in, or the back-to-back days that we had practice and it felt monotonous, it felt mundane, and we were tired mentally, but we knew that it was going to put us in position to where we are now, where pushing the pace on offense is not a hard ask, and being able to communicate that to everybody that's coming in the game is not hard either, because they know what type of level we want to get to. And I feel like we've gotten off to a good start, but there's still more levels that we can reach to throughout the season. We'll see.
Mavs Clippers has kind of been a rivalry because of the playoff fights for the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel any of that coming in now that you're on this team?
I mean, I know about it. It's just, being a competitor, seeing it from afar, being in the Eastern Conference, and just seeing the amount of tough games that have been going on between the Mavs and Clippers. But I think being here, I'll feel a lot more once we go up to LA and we're an opponent, and the fans are going against us, and we have our MFFL in there as well competing. That's probably where we'll feel it. But tonight it was just, one of those in-season tournament game atmospheres or high-intensity type of possession games, and so I think playing them a lot more, I'll really get a better feel. But
can you tell Luka has a little more juice playing against this team?
That's what I'm saying. I know about it. Like, I think we all know about it at this point. No disrespect to the Clippers, but he has a crazy career average against them, and he's relatively, if not 98% of the time, consistent against them. He knows them well, knows the defensive schemes, and schematically he just takes advantage of it, and it looks easy for him. So.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
You've been on teams where there was a star type of player brought in mid-season. Last year you were moved mid-season.
Mm-hmm.
From your perspective, what are those guys going through right now? What's that process like? Bringing James in and trying to figure things out for them.
Oh man, they're going through what all of us humans go through, is just adjustment periods to playing with other great players and playing with other great thinkers out there, and they're all students of the game. I think they appreciate the talent they do have, but it's going to take them a few more games to figure out spacing, to figure out when is the time to push. Individually, they're incredible. I think we can all echo that sentiment, but when you're playing a team game, it's only one basketball out there, and to find some offensive continuity takes time, and then to find the defensive identity roles, it could be frustrating. And out there, I didn't feel the frustration from them, but I can tell that there was just a where do I go type of emotion, and I'm sure we won't see that when we see them in LA as much, but right now they're just going through those ups and downs, and the public forum where they are getting criticized for not winning games, even though they're as great as anyone in the league statistically and individually. So collectively, I know that they'll be better, but right now they're trying to find their way, which wish them well. But I'm glad they didn't figure it out tonight against us. We didn't want that. It could have been one of those games that they go on a crazy streak because they figure something out. So looking forward to seeing them again soon.
Do you have one of those teams that you just light them up every time you see them? Like Luka just light up the Clippers.
There's some pretty good career averages against some teams. Yeah, that you feel confident against, and going in, you just know the head coach well. The team that's going to be on the floor, and they've had pretty much the same offensive defensive flow.
Mm-hmm.
You made 5 threes tonight. You're 8 of 16 in your last 2 games. Was there anything in particular that you adjusted in terms of your approach or anything of that nature?
Just getting my right elbow pointed. I talked to my dad a few days ago, and he just always loves to remind me to keep my right elbow pointed. That's something that Kobe used to tell me as well, just as a reminder. And then just take my time, get my feet underneath me. There were some times where I wasn't landing on balance, and it's little things that probably the common fan want to see, but those that appreciate hoop culture and appreciate my game can see some of the nuances of where my rhythm was a little off. And sometimes it could be the guy hand just staying on the ball a little bit more, or floating left or floating right. Being a great shooter in this league is all about self-confidence, all about the work and time that you put in. So I'm staying consistent there, and that's where I want to feel good, and just trusting that my teammates continue to find me, and I'll knock down the shots when my time is called.
All right, thanks, guys.